like I said, this is all about changing health policy. Okay? We have to change health policy. If we want every man, woman, and child to be checked for vertebral subluxations beginning at birth and ending at death, then we have to change the policy. We have to create the policy. But we need the experts to do that. We need the money to create those experts, and we need the money to train those experts to begin with. What we're doing with this is even more difficult because we're essentially trying to change all 4 tires on a car while it's moving, right? We looked at this as an emergency. You know, as soon as that WOC thing hit, and as soon as the boards adopted, and as soon as we saw the complaints coming, it was like, you know, danger, danger, Will Robinson, right? We got to do something. And so we started doing something. We started writing these papers. We critiqued their stuff. We got it out there, got it into the literature. We educated attorneys that took on these cases. There's some other stuff I'd say, but I don't want to hurt anybody's cases that might be before a board right now. Because I'm telling you, there's some smart attorneys out there. Because I saw some documents from a couple of attorneys on a couple of these cases where they sent them to me and they said, you know, we just want to run this by you, see what you think. I was like, wow, that's good. Like, we got to get this case done so that that becomes public record and we can use that, you know, because these attorneys even figured out that these deniers are idiots, right? We'll see what the boards do with it, though, because you have to understand that the majority of the boards in this country are controlled by the cartel and the people that sit on these boards. And even if there are people on these boards that are friendly to vitalistic subluxation chiropractors, they don't have the votes. They're outnumbered, right? So this is the reality we're dealing with. So now you think, oh, well, that was back in World War I. Well, you think things have gotten better or worse since World War I? Think about the toxins now that we've been putting into children for all those decades. Think about the GMOs. Think about all those poisons and what it's done. I mean, Dr. Mo talked about this. What did those insults do to the nervous system, to the brain? Think about the level of inflammation in people's bodies these days. Think about how that's tied to immunity. Think about how that's tied to dementia, neurodevelopmental disorder, Alzheimer's disease. Angelina Jolie, when faced with what she was dealing with, she decided to go one way, right? Those were her values, those were her preferences, and that's great in an evidence-informed model, because that's what it's all about. This in the middle, that's you. That's the doctor. That's the doctor's experience. Now, listen, if you're still in 12th quarter chiropractic college and you've only adjusted 10 people, well, you may not have a lot of clinical experience. If you're a Tony Carrino and you've been in practice for 30 years, you've got a lot of clinical experience. You've seen a few things, especially if you've got a family practice and you're taking care of people from cradle to grave and that kind of stuff. I mean, what you...